Hello everyone. This side Garvit Raj Pandey from Script Winter of Code. I am the program manager, and here we are back with another live session with Madhavya. I know you all know him. Nothing for as of now introduction for Via session. So, without further delay, I would like hand over to Via for starting the session. So, Via, yeah, just start.
Thanks, Garvit. I'll share my screen. We can add
Okay, Via.
the.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. So today I'll be taking a session on building a brand through LinkedIn. So I'll be telling you how can you build a rock solid profile and simultaneously build a personal brand on LinkedIn. But before that, why should you listen to me? Um, So here are a few things that I have been doing and I have done till now. So I hope that makes me eligible for taking this session. So currently I'm a software engineer at Microsoft. I'm a public speaker. I've given talks in more than 100 events, and I've lost count after that. I stopped counting after that. So I don't know which what's the number of event this is. Then I'm a mentor. I've completed over 18 plus initiatives and reached over 40,000 students. I'm a blogger, became top blogger in productivity twice. I'm a teacher. I've launched multiple tutorials and working in more. And I've been invited to speak and judge in more than 15 hackathons. And most importantly, I'm still learning. And why I am telling you all this, because this is the minimum that I believe I have done. I could have done much more if I would have utilized my time better or properly. So this is the minimum, and that is why I'm telling you this, that if I can do this, you can do much more, because I did not spend any huge amount of time into doing this. It's all about putting in the right work at right place. So I'll be telling you how can you build your profile, and your profile can help you become an opportunity magnet. You can get all those opportunities to speak. So very similar to this session. I just got the opportunity to speak in this session through LinkedIn. So one of the organizers or one of the members in the organizing committee must have seen my LinkedIn profile and came across the LinkedIn profile, and then messaged me and reached out to me that would you like to take session for us. So yes, that is your LinkedIn profile and your Twitter profile, and sometimes your Instagram profile as well. In total, your social media profiles can make you an opportunity magnet. So that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of building a personal brand, a digital personal brand for yourself. And I'm going to teach you how can you do that on LinkedIn today. But there's one thing that I'm currently watching the YouTube live as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me directly in the YouTube live. It will appear on the StreamYard dashboard that we are using to broadcast the session. Or you can go to menti.com. So this is the website, menti.com, and you can enter this code 3488 5184. I can mention it here in the chat. Garvit, if I put it here in the comments, would that appear, or how can we?
How, yeah, like if you put on in the comment, it will be appear for everyone, like in the comment section. It will be appear for publicly.
I see. Okay. I tried doing that, but it didn't. Okay, that's a private chat, and in comments, it's not allowing me. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I have pasted here so they can utilize this.
Perfect. Perfect. Cool. So you can go here and submit it, and then this will bring you to this page. Ask me anything, and you can ask me anything you want. I would be more than happy if I can solve your doubts, or if you have anything else, any random question as well. Feel free to ask me. You can put any question here. Like, just give me a moment. Oops, and you can submit it. Yeah, you can ask anything. So you can ask multiple questions, and I will be able to see those questions. Just a second, let me present it. And here. So I'll be able to see your questions on the Multimeter. So this is called Mentimeter, and yep, you can ask any question you want. And so yep, I'm here to talk all about personal branding, and I'm spending my time with you, and you are also investing your time in seeing this webinar. So I hope that you get to learn something from this, and I get to teach you something new. So my only goal is that after this session, when you go back, or after your session, whenever you're done with this session, or whenever you're done with watching the recorded video, even if you are watching a recorded video, because I hope that since it's a YouTube live, even the recorded video will be present after the session as well. So my only condition that I am putting in front of you is that you should feel free to ask any question that you want. Feel free to ask any doubt that you have in your mind, or if you want any suggestions, feel free to ask it in the comments. I would be more than happy to resolve that. Okay, so Jaideep asked the first question. So according to you, what all things should we include on our social media and what not to? That's a good question. Let's include that in the end Q&A. I'll start off the content a little bit, and then we can move on to the questions as well. And this is an interesting question: and what all should we include on our profile and what all should not? A quick answer to that is it depends on the platform that you're using. On Instagram, you might have to put some different platform content. On LinkedIn, you might have to put some different content, and so on. So it depends on the on the platform that you're using. We can talk in depth about it later on. So for now, what will we discuss today? I'll be discussing these 9 things. First of all, I'll be telling you what is an all-star profile and how can you build a LinkedIn all-star profile. Um, okay, I guess. Okay, so this profile review will be towards the end. I by mistake I would have added it in the starting, but either way, it would be it's up to you. I can review 2 or 3 profile if time permits, but it will be towards the end. Then the third thing is we'll be talking about personal brand and the foundations of building a personal brand. Fourth, we'll be discussing about how can you decide your network, how should you choose your network and your niche, and then we'll be discussing about how can you reach out to people. I'll tell you how to storytell and document your journey. I'll be telling you what should be the frequency and timing of your posts. And then, okay, I think by mistake I added it 2 times. Just ignore one of them. Okay. And then towards the end, I'll give you a challenge. So let's get started. I hope you are excited. But before we start, I have this quick story that I tell to everyone. Not a story, a sort of scenario that ask everyone to imagine. And this is I've been doing this in almost each webinar that I take on personal branding. And I get to I got to know about this scenario in one of the videos. I don't remember what video was that exactly. It's been, I think, a lot of years. It's been 4 or 5 years. But by imagining this scenario, it can actually motivate you a lot. So before we start, imagine ghosts. Imagine that you are sitting or you are lying down on your deathbed. It's the 100 or 90 or 100 years, whatever would be your age. Your journey on the earth has now ended, and just imagine there are ghosts around you, surrounding you, and you are on your deathbed. At that time, all your unexpressed potential, one ghost would be of your unexpressed potential, one ghost would be of your unused talent, another ghost would be of your unimplemented ideas. All of these ghosts will haunt you in your afterlife as well, because I genuinely believe that all of us are gifted. All of us here have a unique skill or a unique talent. And even if we don't have any talent, we have the potential to learn new skills and combine them uniquely to form our own personality or personal brand, or or yourself. So the thing is, this is a gift. This is a gift that nature has given you. Some people can say that this is a gift that God has given you. If you don't believe in God, then you can say this is the gift that nature has given you, that the universe has given you. And do you really want to waste that gift? Universe won't be happy, definitely. And when you are on your deathbed, it will it will definitely ask you, did you use your potential? We gave you the talent, did you use that talent? We gave you ideas when you were in your college. We gave you multiple ideas. When you were working for this company, we gave you multiple ideas. When you were almost retired, we gave you another ideas, we gave you another chance. But did you utilize that? And if the answer is no, they are going to haunt you. So I hope it motivated you a little bit to actually start building your profile and to start
And like
utilizing
we
your.
are for me also, like it's first time I you told about this story, and like it's really inspired me a lot. Like I was just thinking कि हाँ यार एक इस तरीके का भी कुछ perspective हो सकता है. For me it's like completely new. So yeah, we are
Exactly.
like we can.
And whenever I feel like procrastinating, I genuinely think about this. तो जब भी मतलब मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा होता, लेजीनेस लग रही होती है या कुछ भी काम करने का मन नहीं होता, तो मैं यही सोचता हूँ कि भाई टैलेंट तो है, अगर नहीं भी है तो भी एटलीस्ट पोटेंशियल है कि मेहनत करके टैलेंट या स्किल बना सकते हैं. अगर
Yeah,
पोटेंशियल
yeah.
है, सब में पोटेंशियल है, तो उसे यूज नहीं करेंगे तो अच्छी बात तो नहीं है ना ये. So exactly. So you should definitely use this potential that the nature has given you. Otherwise, the nature might be angry when it will call you back. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So enough motivational talk. That was a little bit that I do in almost all of my webinars, just to motivate you to be an active learner. A quick aside from the actual topic. So there are two kinds of learners. One is active learner and second is a passive learner. तो एक्टिव लर्नर वो लोग होते हैं जो देखते हैं वेबिनार्स, देखते हैं ट्यूटोरियल्स, साथ साथ नोट्स भी बनाते हैं, साथ साथ दे दे implement the things whatever they have learned. They go one step beyond. If I tell you to build a profile, they will not only build a profile, they will start posting as well. If I tell you what to post, they will try new things as well. So these are the active learners. Now there are passive learners who will attend each webinar but do nothing. They will think that they have got a lot of knowledge. They will think that they have gained a lot of new skills. But if you are not doing things actively, if you are not implementing what you have learned, the retention period of that, you'll be surprised to know, you will lose around, I don't know what's the exact number, but around 70 to 80% within just 2 days. So the information that I'm going to tell you right now, you are going to lose 70 to 80% of that within upcoming 2 days. So Monday शुरू होते होते you will not even remember half of the things that I say. हो सकता है कुछ चीजें मैं इतनी अच्छे से बोलूं या कुछ चीजें मैं एग्जांपल्स ले लेके इतने अच्छे से बोलूं कि you might remember till the end of your lifetime. But everything cannot be delivered like that. There will be things that will be just factual information, and there will be a few things that where I'll give you some work. There will be a few things where it will be just theoretical. So you won't be remembering everything unless and until you try to implement what I'll be telling you right here. So this was the motivation, a little bit of motivation that I give in almost every of my session or my webinar, to make sure that every person who is attending the webinar becomes an active learner and starts learning actively instead of being a passive learner. Perfect. So let's start. So our content today, as I told you, we'll be learning about a lot of things, but majorly it will revolve around your personal branding on LinkedIn. You can use the same concepts on Twitter or Instagram as well, or in the real or on your resume as well. But keep in mind that every platform and every medium is a little bit different. So you might have to explore that platform or that medium a little more before blindly implementing all the concepts, because these things that I've told you will be specific to LinkedIn. Perfect. So let's get started with building an all-star LinkedIn profile. So do any one of you know what is an all-star LinkedIn profile? Yeah, it's a question for all of you. I'll wait for 1 minute. Just let me know in the chat, in the comments. So, Garvit, I think comments will appear in the side, right?
Yeah, we are like comment will be like appearing sideways only. We can see the comments there out.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah. So, and just any random guess, even if you can't, I'll of course I'll continue after 1 minute. But just let me know if okay. So Jaideep said no. I'll wait for 30 more seconds.
Like we according to me, all star profile are the LinkedIn profile that get a lot of shout outs by LinkedIn. Like they have a good sequential data, or like we can say good set of the accreditations which they have provided at their profile, that makes user attracted, or that makes people like feel ki higher, this is the LinkedIn profile which I was looking for, something kind of that sort.
You can say that's a benefit of having a LinkedIn all-star profile, because when your
Acha.
profile is an all-star profile, of course, these things will come to you. You'll get messages from recruiters as well, and so on. But simply, I'll go forward. So simply, an all-star profile is nothing but a complete profile. So you'll see an all-stars badge here or a medal here, all-star, as soon as you complete your profile. And I'm going to tell you the benefit of completing your profile. By completing, I just mean that having a proper profile photo, having a headline, having a summary that is about section, having experiences written down, having 5+ skills, and yeah, mostly that's it. And I'm going to tell you the benefit of that. So again, don't forget about the story I told you in the beginning. Imagine those ghosts, your potential, your talent, and your ideas, because LinkedIn is the platform where you can actually put your talent, you can use your talent, and get a lot of opportunities out of it. If you're a freelancer, there are almost every business owner, almost every startup owner is present there on LinkedIn. And if you keep posting about your work, they will definitely notice you and reach out to you whenever they have any work. If you are looking for a job, LinkedIn is the best platform, because every recruiter in today's date, at least for now, I'm not sure what is going to happen in future, I can't predict that, but I can clearly see that it's not going to change anywhere in the next 2 to 3 or at least 5 years. LinkedIn is going to still remain the major platform for recruitment. And almost every, not almost, I can say 100% of the recruiters are there on LinkedIn, are there active on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, if you are a job seeker and if you're putting content around, let's say, JavaScript or design, recruiters are going to notice your work and they are going to reach out to you based on your LinkedIn profile, based on the work that you do, and based on your LinkedIn profile. And definitely you can get some jobs. I'll give you an example. So I'll not take name, but one of my mentees, he attended one of my sessions, which I took, I think, a few weeks ago, and he, within a few weeks, he got the job as well, and he got his dream job. He was already working in some other company, and he got an increment of around 55%. So, but after changing the job, so that's the power of LinkedIn profile. So that was just to motivate you once again that LinkedIn is a very powerful platform. If you're not using it correctly, or if you're not even using it, if you're not active on it, you are missing out on a lot of opportunities that nature has not given you, but LinkedIn might can give you. So yes, an all-star profile basically means a complete profile. So your LinkedIn profile can get you recommendations, can get you recognition, opportunities, credibility. It can give you a chance to showcase your brand, to tell your story, and much more. So LinkedIn profile is really a, you can say, it's like, if you have watched Mahabharat, so it's like a Brahmastra that will definitely work. If you are looking for more leads on your freelancing, you will get. If you're looking for a job, you will definitely get more opportunities. If you are looking for client, if you are a business owner, you can still use LinkedIn and can get a lot of clients, and so on. So LinkedIn profile is the key to the things that you might be looking for, or the opportunities that you might be seeking. So, what is an all star profile? In simple words, an all star profile is nothing but a complete profile, which includes a profile picture, the list of experiences, your experience section, your skills, at least 5 skills, as far as I know. You should mention at least 5 skills. Your summary is basically the about section, the industry and location, the education, and you should have, I think, around 500 plus connections. I don't know the exact number, but yeah, I think it should be 500 plus. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's everything that you need for an all-star profile. And to your surprise, just by completing your LinkedIn profile, you can get 40 times, up to 40 times more opportunities. And that's as simple as you're completing your LinkedIn profile. I'm not telling you to create content. I'm not telling you to start actively engaging uh, on what others post. That is something that you should definitely do, but even without doing that, LinkedIn's power, just by completing the profile, LinkedIn is giving you a power to get up to 40 times more opportunities. So yes, I'll be telling you the exact numbers as well, and the exact benefits, and why I love the LinkedIn's algorithm so much. And you're going to be completely surprised and amazed by the power of LinkedIn once again. So I'll go. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat section. Till now, around the content that I have shared till now. If you have something else, you can mention it on the uh, Mentimeter. I can have a look at it during the Q&A time. Perfect. So I think no doubt as of now. Perfect. So yes, till now we have discussed what is an all-star profile, and the benefit of all-star profile is up to 40 times more opportunities. And now let me tell you the exact numbers. So just by having a profile photo, so the first one was a profile photo, just by having, and once again, I'm not making up these numbers. I've mentioned the source as well. What is the source of these numbers? So these are actual numbers. So just by having a profile photo, you can get up to 21 times more profile views. You can get up to 36 times more messages and 9 times more connection requests. That's it. Just by having a good profile photo, you can get these many things. So again, remember, the first goal at least is to drive more traffic towards your LinkedIn profile, right? You want more views on your LinkedIn profile, so that once people start coming to your profile, then you can start mentioning your skills. You can start mentioning your on your LinkedIn profile, you can mention all the things. But if people are not even visiting your profile, they will not know about what skills do you have. So the first goal, that's not the destination, that's not the end goal, but at least the first goal is to have more profile views, so that people can come to your profile, view your profile, know about your achievements and your skills, and then most likely, if they're looking for someone, they'll reach out to you. So just by having a profile photo, you can get up to 21 times more profile views, 36 times more messages, and 9 times more connection requests. So now the first question that comes here most of the times is that what should be, just give me a second. I was just checking. So I think that Garvit shared you this link. I just want to double check whether this link is working or not. I didn't even check it. I just put it here.
It's working. I crossed verified and then shared.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you.
Like I
Yeah,
thought they
I
they
just
they should go with the resources, because people might think ki how
yeah,
the person can speak of these stuff. So we have given the resources. You can just directly go
definitely.
and check their out.
Exactly, exactly. That's the best thing. So that's good that you shared. But yeah, so as soon as I saw the comment, I just remembered that I haven't checked this link myself. So I just created this short link, and after that, I was like, I did not check the link myself. So in case it's not working, it won't be good. But yeah, thanks for sharing this. Perfect. So now, one question that comes as soon as I tell the benefits of having a profile photo, a lot of people reach out to me asking what what makes a good LinkedIn profile photo, and that's a very good question. And the answer to that is very very simple. Any photo that is showing you in a relaxed and a professional manner. So see why I'm telling you in a relaxed, because your personal brand, your profile photo is the first thing that people will see as soon as they visit your profile. So, as soon as they visit your profile, they are going to notice your profile photo. And human beings are like this, that they start judging the personality or judging people as soon as they see them. I'm not saying that this is a good thing, this is a completely bad thing, and having unconscious bias is completely wrong. I'm completely against it. But that is how human brain works, and we cannot deny it. So I'm not saying that this is good thing. Once again, just to clarify, I'm not saying that it's a good thing, but since that is how it is, why not take benefit of it? So any photo that is showing you in a relaxed manner, if someone sees you in a relaxed manner, they start they start getting comfortable that yes, this might be a good person at the back of their mind. So in their subconscious thoughts, they start forming an unconscious bias towards you, that whenever you are appearing to be relaxed, it makes you look more confident. Once again, you might or might not be confident, but as you already know, just by looking at someone's Instagram photos, just by looking at the photos that people post, it gives us a little bit of feeling. You might be able to relate that, oh, this person looks so confident, oh, this person looks so beautiful, and so on. So once again, the goal is not to look beautiful and all. If that is your goal, then you should go to Instagram, not LinkedIn. But here your goal should be to look relaxed. Just take a deep breath and be relaxed, because whenever people see you in a relaxed manner, they think that in their subconscious thoughts, they think that you are having a lot of confidence. And confidence is one of the very good traits. So, yes, keep three things in mind while putting up a profile photo. First thing is that it should show you in a relaxed manner. That is the most important thing. Second thing is that you should appear in the frame. So, let's take that take it as a third thing. That okay. I was going to say that as a third thing, but anyways, first thing is that it should show you in a relaxed manner. Second thing is that you should appear in the frame, and that is what I called being professional. So when I say being professional, and that shows you in a professional manner, I do not mean that you should wear formals, and then you should have the smile, and then just click a photo with the white background. No, that is not at all required. But the only thing that is required here is you should cover at least 70 to 80% of the area in between. So no matter, I know that you must be following a lot of influencers on LinkedIn. So just go to any of their profiles, any. I'll not take any names, but I'm giving you this challenge to you. Just go to any of their profile who have a very strong LinkedIn profile, and you will see one common thing, that almost all of them have a photo that is completely centered, and they are occupying 70 to 80% of the frame in the photo. So uh, keep this in mind, that so why is that so? Because whenever we see a photo, we tend to look at the middle. We tend to look somewhere here. And if there's a car here, or if there's a building here, and you are appearing small at the side, they will they will notice the building first, and that does not look good on your LinkedIn profile. So make sure that you are in the foreground of the photo. You are not in the background. Remember that it's not an Instagram photo. On Instagram, we post a lot of photos. We post almost any kind of photo, from it could be anything like standing at the side, and pointing towards the car, and so on. It could be anything. But there, since it's Instagram, it does not matter, because there you might be showing off your car, or you might be showing off the building, or you might be showing off the Eiffel Tower that you visited last year, or anything. You might be holding Taj Mahal in your hand, anything. And that is because the reason behind that is that there you are actually focusing on that object. But on LinkedIn, it's your personal brand. It's not about that object, it's about you. So you should appear in the foreground and not in the background. So that was the second condition. First condition, you should be relaxed. Second condition, you should be in the foreground, occupying at least 60 to 70 to 80% of the frame. And the third condition is that there should be a proper lighting, and it should not be blurred. So that's obvious thing. That's why I did not include it here. But yes, make sure that the lighting is proper, brightness is proper, and the photo is not blurred. Now the second thing from the here is having a headline, updated headline, industry, and location. So these numbers are going to surprise you, so much, that just by having an updated headline, a cool headline, an industry, and an updated location, you might appear in up to 38 times more recruiter searches. 38 times. That's so huge. And how can you leverage that? By involving various keywords in your headlines. You must have seen headlines like React.js, then hyphen or slash AngularJS
Yeah,
slash one.
lots of trends are going like React, Angular, then this
Yeah,
AWS, GCP, and all everything.
exactly. And people do that. Why do people
Achha,
do
but
that?
on this point only, I want to ask a question. Like it might be a doubt for everybody. So this keyword which people put on their LinkedIn, like does it actually play a role in search engine optimization technique which
Yes.
we talk at the backend? Like if someone searches on a Google GCP developer or AWS advocate, so वहाँ पे we get our LinkedIn profile or any LinkedIn profile that comes at the top. So does it any role of SEO involved in that?
In Google, I don't think so. I'm not sure about Google. So I don't think
No,
whether
no, like
Google.
on LinkedIn only way. Like I am
Yes,
talking
on LinkedIn
on
it does.
LinkedIn.
It definitely does. On that's
Okay.
what I'll discuss as well today. So I'll show you one example. So one of the techniques how you can improve your ranking on the search result is by doing something like this. So as you can see here, I've very cleverly put a lot of keywords here. So this is reality. None of this is a lie. I've covered all of these topics in my initiatives and meetups and webinars that I conducted, but I've put everything, and that is how that's the reason why. So by putting it here, so there are two main things. First one, it's your headline. Second one is your experience section. So you can cleverly utilize these two to actually include some keywords that the recruiters will be searching for to improve your ranking in their search results. And that's the benefit of having an updated headline as well as experience section. So I'll tell more about the experience section. So that was why people actually do that. But again, just by putting React JS, Angular JS, and so on, it has become so common these days that even that you should not do. You should be a little clever in putting that as well. Probably something like if I was looking for a React JS job, I would put a headline something like building beautiful websites, or probably something like building beautiful designs in Figma and implementing them in a creative manner using React.js. This is a single line headline which will put a lot of attention to Figma and React.js. And a lot of people will be able to directly see, because it's a small headline, it's not two, 3 words, and it's readable. First of all, a lot of people just put keywords, directly put keywords like um, React.js slash AngularJS slash MERN slash this slash that slash so on. But you will not be working on all these stacks, right? Whenever you're looking for a job. So you yourself know that if you want a job, probably you might want some specific tech stack. It could be React.js, it could be Angular, it could be Node, it could be MERN stack, anything. So it's always better to put it in a creative manner. So if I was looking a job in React.js, I would I would put something like building something like creating beautiful designs in Figma, or creating beautiful web designs in Figma and implementing them creatively using React.js, something like that. So be as creative as you can in your headlines. And the benefit, having an updated headline, industry, and location can help you appear in up to 38 times more recruiter searches, 9 times more profile views, and if you have updated location as well, 19 times more profile views. Because if you have the location, the algorithm can actually help you appear in the based on location as well. So whenever a recruiter is searching for some specific person in some specific location, it will help you appear in those searches as well. So yes, just a little bit. Updating your headline, industry, and location will take you maximum 15 minutes, maximum. And if you have already decided your headline, it can take you maximum of 1 minute, just 1 minute, and it's that effective. So you should definitely do that. Now comes the summary section. So summary. So first of all, for anyone who is watching this video, or for anyone who is attending this session live, do connect with me on LinkedIn. It's linkedin.com/in/Madhav Behel. You can connect with me, and whenever you connect, just add a small note. So while sending a connection request, you can add a note And when you add that note, add that you are from the SWOC session or something like that, so that I can know that you are from this session and I can accept your request. Because yeah, I cannot accept, there's a limit to how many connection requests that I can accept, and I have almost reached that limit. So yeah, just make sure you mention where are you from. Only then I'll be able to know that yes, he or she attended this session, and I should connect with him. Yeah. So the next in line is your summary, or your summary is basically your about section here. So this is your about section. This is the best section for you, because here a lot of people will come to this and actually read this, and this is the best place where you can start forming your personal brand. Whenever someone comes to your profile, and he will definitely read your about section, and once he reads about you or your summary, and that is the first impression that he will get. So definitely, and the best thing about it is that there's a lot of things you can add. Your headline has a max limit of, I think, 180 or 140 characters, but there's no such character limit in about section. There's a word limit, but I'm not sure how much. But yeah, it's huge. You can put anything that you want. So make sure, but don't keep on writing stories. Don't write it. Don't make it more than 4 or 5 paragraphs. But yeah, at least you can put 3 to 4 paragraphs with some pointers, with some emojis, with good use of some emojis and all. So yes, that's the best place that you can utilize to give that amazing first impression. And how can you do that? Very easy. You can just remember these 4 points while writing your summary. First thing is that you should start with why. So if you have read that book, Start with Why by Simon Sinek. I'm a huge fan of his book.
Yeah,
And
well,
that is,
I personally read this book and liked very much. It's something really very great.
yeah, everyone should read it. And if you don't have time to read that whole book, at least watch his video. He has a TED talk on Start with Why. I don't remember the exact name of that TED talk, but yeah, that's completely amazing. He has actually explained why you should, instead of starting with who you are or what you do, you can of course do that as well. And I have done that as well. It's okay. It's completely fine. It's a personal choice. But yeah, if you start with why, it can make more impact. So you can interchange these two. I have told in my profile, I have told about myself first, and then I've started with why do I do all the things that I do. But it can be different for you as well. So these are some points I want you to remember, that put a why, like let people know that why do you stand for, what is your agenda, what is your mission statement in life. So for me, I've already put my mission statement in my headline. My mission statement is to uplift the student community in the field of tech and personal growth. The why for you might be different. So start with why, tell a little bit about what you do, tell a little bit about what's your aim and how do you plan to achieve it. Then education. By having an updated education, you can get up 17 times more messages from recruiters, skills, endorsements, and recommendation. That is the best part of your LinkedIn profile, which is not available in any other social platform. It's not there on Instagram. It's not there on Twitter, and so on. But on LinkedIn, you have a very special section that is called endorsement, and secondly, the recommendations. Why do I call it very special? The reason is the reason for this is very, very simple. That imagine one scenario where you are telling a lot about yourself. The other person might or might not believe it. In some cases, the other person might just say that, oh, you are bragging or you are boasting. That was the first scenario. Now, the second scenario is when someone else comes and talks about you. He says that, oh, have you heard about Garvit? He's such an amazing designer. I love his designs. He has made so many amazing, beautiful UI designs and so on. That will make much more impact, and that is what your recommendation section can do for you. Because in recommendations, other people are going to write for you. So that is the power of endorsements and recommendations. So today itself, update your skills and ask your friends or your colleagues to give you some endorsements if they think that you are skilled enough. And once again, from your colleagues or from your batchmates or classmates, or your teammates in any projects, ask that, can you give me a recommendation if you like my work in this specific project, and so on. So people with more than 5 skills appear in up to 27 times more searches from recruiters. So keep these numbers in mind. If you add your with an updated current position, you can get up to 8 times more profile views. With an updated work experience, you can get up to 27 times more searches from recruiters. So do remember these numbers. It is going to help you a lot. Perfect. Profile review, we can take it at the end. Now, the second thing is branding foundations. So I'll just take a break of 1 minute. If you have any questions, let me know. And we'll start off with this one in 1 minute, in exact 1 minute. Good question, Jaideep. How to choose a good headline? Once again, be as creative as you can. Remember two things. Your headline is visible on every comment or every post that you will make. For example, let's say if I go to this specific post, as you can see, it is visible here. So your headline will be visible on, you have to remember this, your headline will be visible on every comment or every post that you will make. So your headline is the major thing that's going to drive traffic towards your profile. That was the first thing. Now, the second thing is your headline can help you appear in recruiter searches. So if you remember if these 2 points, why I told you these 2 points, again, I started with why, because this was the reason why you should have a good headline. So I also started with why, so that you can understand that why a headline is required. 2 points, it is visible on every post or comment that you are going to make. And the second thing is, it can help you appear in more recruiter searches. After why comes how or what. So if you remember these 2 points, you can easily tell what should be your headline. So first thing that since people are going to see your headline and decide whether or not to click on your name, your headline should be impressive. Now the second thing is, since your headline can help you appear in more recruiter searches, that's the best place to add some keywords as well. So, for example, let's say if you are working for an XYZ company, you can mention you are a senior software developer or a software developer at XYZ. And whenever people will search for XYZ company, your name might appear. Your name will have a higher chance of appearing in that search result because you have updated that. Or you can put your skills as well and something like that. So some people just remember the second point. They completely forget about the first point. And what is the end result? They will put something like React.js slash AngularJS slash MERN slash cloud slash React Native slash so many things. And that gives a feeling of that, is it your headline or is it your skills section? Why are you mentioning just your skills? So do not do that. Combine those 2 points and make a creative headline for yourself. Once again, as I told you, if I was looking for a React.js job, I would add something like this: that creating creative, intuitive, and beautiful web designs on Figma and implementing them through my knowledge in React.js, through my knowledge and creativity in React.js. So that was something that I found quickly within 1 minute. So you should spend some time on it, and maybe you can ask a few people that how is it looking, would you click on my name if you see this headline, and so on. So remember these 2 points. You should be as creative as possible to add some specific keywords that you want opportunities on. And secondly, It should look good. People should be attracted towards your profile as soon as they see your headline. So Shreya asked this question, that do our course certificates really make a great impression on people? If you just So the answer for this is, again, it depends. It's my personal view again, that I generally think that no, it does not, because it has become so common these days that people just complete courses and share certificates on LinkedIn. I think you should not do that. And that's logical as well, because again, imagine two scenarios. First scenario is you did a course on JavaScript and you shared the screenshot on of that certificate on LinkedIn. That was the first scenario. Second scenario is you did a course on JavaScript, and instead of sharing that certificate, you made a project. Again, it will take some time, it will take a lot more time, but you actually made a project. You wrote a blog about that project, and then you shared that blog, or you shared a small recorded video of that project on LinkedIn, and say that I recently completed this specific course on JavaScript, and I have learned a lot of things, and I've tested my knowledge by building this small side project. Let me know how it is. So that will make much more impression, because people hire you because of your skills, not your certifications. It's not the industrial age anymore. It's not 19, it's the 21st century. It's not 20th century. The industrial revolution has gone long past. In that age, people required certifications. uh, Even 10 to 15 years ago, people used to focus so much on certifications. They would get this certification, that certification, so on, and companies would hire based on those certificates. But now things are changing. A lot of big companies don't even require a BTech degree now. They say that if you have skills, we will hire you. So now companies look for skills and not certificates. So that was an answer to, do they really matter? I don't think that they matter, but still, it's always good to have certificates on your resume. But your knowledge is something that's more important, and you should use your knowledge to build your brand.
And like where recently there is like lot of hype about that Google Cloud wala program 30 days. So I recently did a post on it, like what would you prefer for Google Cloud 30 days program, swags or knowledge? Then we are like, I was shocked to see the response, like out of I got about 1,40,000 reach on my that post, but many people just opted for swag. So like I was thinking ki what the mindset is going for the people, like they are just going for swags, not for the knowledge, and like the program is like really very hyped. So yeah,
Yeah,
you
I know
shared
about
the
that.
correct point. It's all about the knowledge which we get at
Exactly,
the end, not the
exactly.
certifications.
Yeah, this certification, it's there's a lot of things going on LinkedIn. I think around this specific certificate that you told, a lot of people take part in that for 30 days, but complete it within 1 or 2 hours and something like that. Am I right?
Yeah, that only, like it's basically where they provide the steps there on, and people just copy and paste the Linux command. They like most of the student like don't even know the Linux distro what they are using. Like basically they just copy and paste there out, and the things are good to go. So that's all. And at the end, when you complete all the track, you will get a T-shirt by Google and a bag with a Google symbol. So most of the people have the motivation of getting that swag only.
Yeah. That, don't go for these things, go for actual knowledge, because that is what. So these things can get you swags, these things can get you stickers or t-shirt or bags, but in the long term, what will you do of these t-shirts and bags? That's not going to get you any huge things, right? So have bigger goals than just a t-shirt or just a bag. Have goals of having much more than just that bag, and that is possible only if you have the real skills. Perfect. So I'm going to move towards the branding foundations. But before I move on to this section, I want to remind you that it is not an overnight process. It's going to take you at least 2 to 3 months. So if you're attending this video, make sure that you are ready to devote at least 30 minutes every day for the next 2 to 3 months. So let me tell you the four key foundations of personal branding. So I want you to take a paper, first sheet of paper, and write. Not now. You already have the link to the slides, So after this session ends, just write on that what are your brand goals. Firstly, do not lie to yourself here. If your goal is to uplift the student community, write that. If your goal is to earn more money, write that. If your goal is to motivate someone or motivate the community, write that. But make sure that you are writing what you actually require, because you are not going to show this sheet to someone else. It's just going to remain with you. Do not lie here. A lot of people lie on social media, a lot of people lie on their resume, but this is something that will help you decide your personal brand goals, and this is something that will help you decide what you should be doing. So do not lie here. Do not feel uncomfortable, even if it's something material, or if you want, even if you want a Lamborghini, you can write in that. But be true to yourself, that what are your goals. First thing. Second thing is, write the things that in the second page. So that was, the first page was for your brand goals. The second page is going to be for the things. Write the list of as many things as possible, of the things that make you happy in long term. Now, amongst those, the third thing is, just highlight the ones or circle the ones that you are already good at. So the point here is that I want you to start from today itself, from right now itself. So I don't want you to first go and learn something else, first go and complete some course or something. I want you to start right now, right here, from whatever knowledge you have. And that's why, just circle those which you think you are good at, or at least have some knowledge in. Now, the fourth thing is, amongst those, just pick maximum two or three or four or five, maximum five things that can give you the best results. Now, that will help you find the three things or five things that you will be doing for the next 6 months that align with your brand goals, that can help you move closer to your goals within the next 6 months, and that can get you the maximum results with the minimum effort required. Now, let me explain you. Now, the first thing is, why did we write our brand goals? We wrote our brand goals, and why did I put so much emphasis on you should be honest? Why? Because if you are honest, if you are aware, awareness is the first step. If you are aware of your goals, you can have a very focused journey. If you want to uplift the student community, you will probably create tutorials, you'll probably start a YouTube channel, you'll probably start creating content, educational content. But if your goal is to is to get a Lamborghini, you will probably study more about investment. You will probably invest your time into studying about investing your money, and you'll then invest it. You'll be learning more about investments. So those two are separate lines, right? So do not lie. There are multiple examples, but this is specific that I have seen, that people will, in the reality, they want money, but on LinkedIn they will show something like, I'm helping the I'm doing this, I'm doing that, um, I'm getting people jobs, and so on. Do not lie to yourself. That's not going to work in the long term. And do not fall in trap of the people who say these things, that I have done this for you, I have done this for you, and these things. I know you must have come across a lot of such people who would make a lot of huge promises and say things like, my only goal is to help you. So just make sure that you know the reality. And yeah, these people might be doing that for something else. And so there are both of the things. And if they are doing that for something else, they won't last long, they won't be consistent, they won't be able to do that consistently, because consistency can be achieved only when you are true to yourself. And I want all of you, first of all, to be true to yourself while writing your goals, so that you are aware of your goals, so that you can have a focused journey. And only if you have a focused journey, only then can you achieve your goals fastest. Because it's not just about achieving your goals, it's also about achieving your goals in a fast way. So let's say if your goal is something like, let's say again, owning a Lamborghini. Now, if I tell you there's a way you can get that within the next 6 months, and if I tell you there's another way in which you can get that in 10 years, you will of course choose the 6 months, right? Because the goal is not just to fulfill your dreams and goals. The goal is also to do that in a fast manner. So if you're aware of your goals, only then you can have a focused journey, you can save a lot of time, You can select the resources and opportunities which align with your goals. All in all, you will not be lost. You will not be a ship lost in the ocean of social media. Why am I taking this specific example? Because your brand journey, your personal brand journey, is just like a voyage on the ocean. It's just like that. So your personal brand is the ship. It is the medium that can help you reach your destination. So listen to this very carefully. Even if you were not listening till now, this is the most important part of the session, that your personal brand, your LinkedIn profile, your personal brand is a ship. It is the ship. It is a medium that can help you reach your goal. Your destination is your goals. Remember, first thing is ship, that is your personal brand. Your goals are the destination, and you yourself are the captain or the sailor of that ship. And the other people, your followers probably, will be the travelers that will be sitting on that ship. So the goal here is not just for you to reach your destination, it's also for you to help them reach their destination as well. So remember this very carefully. Personal branding or building a brand on social media is not just about you reaching your destination, it's also about you helping the travelers on your ship to reach their destination as well, so that all of you can grow together. And how will that happen? If you don't even know your destination, first of all, you will not get any travelers along with you. No one would like to travel in a ship which is going nowhere, where the sailor or the captain says that, I don't know where this ship is going, I'll go wherever it takes me. And you already know it will land up nowhere. It won't have any travelers, and it won't reach anywhere. Now the second thing is, by listing down the list of things that keep you happy, you can stay motivated for a long time. You can narrow down your target audience, and you can blend your expertise in these domains with your real life experience as well. Because if you love doing something, you would do more of it. And when you do more of it, you will have lot more experiences. You will have good experiences, you will have bad experiences, both of them. And it's your bad experiences, it's your failures that can help other people grow, because you learned something from your failures that you can teach others to prevent them fail. And if you are teaching someone else on how can you prevent these mistakes, they will definitely accompany you in your journey as well, and they will be thankful to you. And that is how you are going to build a strong personal brand and make a real difference. And now, once you highlight the ones which you are skilled at, you will be leveraging your strengths. You can find your niche, you can narrow further down your target audience, you can start immediately, and you can showcase your genuine skills. And after that, I want you to select two, three, four, or maximum five things that can help you bring huge results. Because remember, at the end of the day, the goal is not to do everything. Because just remember this line, that you can do anything but not everything. And your goal is not to do a lot of things. Your goal should be to do less. Because in conclusion, doing less would mean less noise and more outcome. So you can do 10 things at a time and be an app. You can do 10 things so just remember this one thing, one very beautiful line that someone very close to me told me that I respect him a lot. And he gave me this advice, that it's better to have one thing or one feature completed. If you are a software developer, it's better to have one feature working end to end than 10 features work in progress. Because with that one feature, at least you can start shipping the feature, and you can let users use that feature. And do you agree with this? It's always better to have one feature working end to end instead of having 10 features work in progress. So remember, by doing less, you can cut the noise and increase the outcome. So let me share a simple sample brand goals sheet with you. So this is for me. So what are my brand goals? So I have honestly written here that what are my brand goals. Very honestly, I specifically, my goal is to make an impact. I'm not concerned about getting a Lamborghini, or I'm not concerned about anything like that. Otherwise, I won't be doing the session for free. I'm doing the session for free because I want to make an impact. I want, even if a single person is seeing this video, even if even if I could impact one person's life, that's enough for me. And that is what I consistently work for, to make an impact. So that is the biggest goal. Then my brand goal is teaching as well, because I love sharing the knowledge that I have with others as well. I love upscaling the student community. My goals are to connect with more people. First of all, I love talking. So you must have seen till now that it's almost 1 hour. We started this session at 4 p.m. exactly, and it's 5 p.m. And I've been talking continuously without a single break. Why? Because I love talking. I love connecting with people. I love sharing my knowledge just for fun. So these are my brand goals. Now, second thing is, on another sheet of paper, I listed down what are the things that I love doing, and I have to align these things with the ones that match my brand goals, so that I don't become a ship that is lost in the ocean of social media. So what do I love doing? I love speaking, I love teaching, I love coding, and so on. And out of this huge list, I highlighted what all am I skilled at. So I know badminton as well. I know playing musical instruments like a keyboard and all these, but I'm not very skilled at them. I'm just a beginner. Not in badminton, yeah, but at least at least in others. So yeah, uh, these are some top skills that I'm very skilled at: web development, personal branding, self-help, social media content, blogging, speaking, teaching, and so on. Now, out of those things, I selected 5 top things that can help me produce the maximum result. And what is the result here? So there now, if you are aware of your brand goals, this will help you select the top things, because these activities should align with your brand goals. So my brand goal was to make an impact. And how am I making an impact? By teaching people web development, personal branding, self-help, through social media content, which includes LinkedIn content, Instagram content, Twitter sometimes, and YouTube content. So that was a summary. I hope this helped you. And one final thing: know your target audience. So, one quick thing is, brand yourself before others brand you. After that, we'll have a break of 1 minute. So it's very, very important to start branding yourself. Let me share an example with you, which something that I shared very, very recently on LinkedIn as well. So, so just take this as an example. So Jimmy wishes to be a JavaScript expert. Jimmy works day and night to learn and implement the JavaScript concepts. But when it comes to social media, all he does is share memes all the day. And when it comes to communicating with others, instead of mentioning whether that he is working on JavaScript and sharing ideas, project ideas, he only engages in small talks and gossips. So if this continues after, say, 1 year, do you think people will call Jimmy a JavaScript expert? No. People will implicitly think that he is not a JavaScript expert. He's a meme lord or something. He's a memer. Uh, so that is something that you should remember, that you should brand yourself before others brand you. And the part of others branding you, that is called your implicit brand. You are always forming a brand by whatever activities that you are doing, by what you share on Instagram, by what you talk about when you speak to people, and so on. So make sure that you are sharing about ideas, you are sharing about concepts, you're sharing knowledge, and so on, instead of engaging into small talks and gossips. If your brand goal is to engage in small talks and being a comedian, that's perfectly valid career choice. If your end goal is to be a stand-up comedian, definitely go for it. Then that is the perfect thing for you. Then you should engage in gossips, and you should engage in showing how funny you are. But if your goal is to build a brand around JavaScript, then you should be sharing more about JavaScript. So brand yourself before others brand you. So just go through this slide. So there's a lot of things written here. So this is a small activity. So basically, how can you find your target audience? First step is, you can study your current network. Is there any similarity? So for example, so this is to know your implicit brand. So in your current network, do you find people who are JavaScript experts, who are lawyers, who are doctors, who are what is the similarity between your current network? And if that aligns with your personal goals, that's completely fine, that's completely well. But if your goal is to become a software engineer and your network consists of actors, memers, and so on, you're at the wrong place. You should be at a better place. So, once again, just a disclaimer that I'm not saying that this is bad or that is good. Everything is good because 21st century, and specifically the period that is going on now, right now, it's the best time for your career because no matter what you do, you can build a career around it. If you are watching anime a lot, you can start a YouTube channel around anime. If you are interested in creating memes, you can start your Instagram page and create your whole career around memes as well. So digital age is the best because that is why, because digital profiles and digital brands have helped people build a career around whatever they love doing. So there's nothing right, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing bad, there's nothing good. Everything is good. So yeah, but you should be aware. So if your goal is to be a comedian, and if you are sharing, just imagine one scenario. Your goal is to be a comedian, a stand-up comedian, but you are sharing about JavaScript concepts. Do you ever think that people will know that you are a comedian? No, they won't. This looks absurd. And it's equally absurd, but people don't think about the other way around. Just turn the scenario. Your goal is to be a JavaScript expert and let others know about. Your goal is to build a brand around JavaScript, but all you are doing is sharing memes on how Aryan Khan got out of jail or how Shah Rukh Khan got him out of the jail. People will not recognize you as a JavaScript expert. So that's the thing. Know yourself. What value service are you offering completely? Study your goals and make a rough idea in your mind and your target audience is right. So yes, just go through these slides as well once again. And yeah, let's take a break of 1 minute. And if you have any questions apart after this, I mean, if you have any questions till now on whatever I have shared, feel free to ask me.
Like, yeah, I was having a question, like I thought I should ask with you. So like if
Mhm.
someone started, if people think ki I should go for the personal branding on LinkedIn and they started working on, like they decided each and every flow they need to follow, but at this some time if they aren't getting result from it, so can't be it like feeling them ki higher effort, so I'm doing a lot but I'm not getting any proper output. So what, how to handle that demotivating situation, like when you think you are making good content, when you think you are writing something but you aren't getting any good output from that?
So 30 to 40 days is the best period to recognize that. So for the first, whenever you decide to build a personal brand, so for the first 30 to 40 days, experiment as much as you can. So just study about what all content can you make. There are multiple types of content. You can share memes, you can share tweets, you can share long posts, you can share blogs, you can share articles, you can share infographics, you can share polls on LinkedIn, you can share polls, you can share carousels, you can share documents, you can share research papers, you can share multiple things, or you can just share a photo as well, you can share code snippets as well. There are hundreds of types of content that you can share. So for the first 30 to 40 days, experiment as much as possible. So the only people who fail are those who don't experiment. I have seen people who keep on posting multiple types of content and then they find what is working for them and they continue doing that. You must have seen that as well. So on
Yeah, well,
LinkedIn itself.
like recently I just gone through a trend with every each and every graphic designer had their out a UX UI designer. They start with a 30 days or 40 days kind of their
Yeah,
UX UI journey, and on a daily basis they design something on the Figma and they post it. And
yeah,
then other kind of post is like the reaction post, in which a thumbs up
reaction.
for this and that hat wall icon or celebrate icon for something that. So these days like these posts are getting a lot of viral.
Yeah, exactly. So two things to remember here. First thing was to experiment as much as possible to see what works for you. And the second thing is, so that was the first thing. For first 30 to 40 days, experiment as much as possible. There will be things where there will be some kinds of posts where you will not get any engagement. There will be some posts where you will get a lot of engagement. So again, the goal is to cut the noise. So do keep doing more of what works for you. For not everything works for everyone. For example, I have tried everything. I've tried making videos, I've tried making podcasts, written blogs, and so on. But podcast was something specific that never worked for me. I've tried it a lot. I've tried it for 1 year whole, but it never worked for me. I did not get enough engagement on the podcasts. So I stopped doing that. And that is how you should learn that you should cut the noise. So that was the first thing on how to cut the noise. And second thing is how to increase the engagement. So that was just one specific technique, like if you love the first design, or heart if you love the second design. So that is called a call.
That one.
Yeah, that is called a call to action. So there are multiple techniques to increase engagement. Study on that. One basic tip on that is add a CTA. So people generally, at least for me, when I'm scrolling on Instagram or when I'm scrolling on LinkedIn, most of the times, even though I like the post a lot of times, I still keep scrolling. I just read the post. It brings smile to my face, but I keep scrolling. I do not click the like button. But in some posts, some people explicitly mention that if you like this video, you must have seen this, right, on YouTube. If you like this
Yeah,
video,
yeah, yeah.
do share. So that is called a call to action. And this example, like if you like the first UI, heart if you like the second UI. So this is again a call to action. Call to action is nothing but asking user to do something. So don't forget to add a call to action. That's just one tip on increasing engagement. There are
Like
multiple.
that basically works as like a kind of engagement we bring with the user, rather
Yes,
than like
exactly.
giving a simple write up.
Exactly. So your goal should not just be to put your content up there. Your goal should be to engage with the audience. And that is how you can increase the engagement. And that, if you know these two things, engagement will definitely increase. Perfect. So I think this would be the second last or the last thing for today. Communicate, how to reach out. So always remember that while reaching out, how to reach out. Before we go on to that, let me share some examples with you. So this is how 90% of the people, even today, reach out to me, like, and a lot of people on LinkedIn. If someone who is watching this video, or if someone who is watching this live session, if you are also doing this, it's a high time that you stop doing this right now. I'll give you some examples. So first one is the hi awaiter, hi Madhav there, and they'll just stop and wait for the reply. That's not a good thing to do, because that is that will, so for just imagine that you don't know someone, it's a complete stranger, and you just get a notification that some XYZ person has given you this message that hi Madhav there. It will leave, it will be weird. Then the second one is the confused one. Hi Madhav, I hope you don't mind connecting with me. I still get these messages. The first reaction that I get is, why would I mind connecting with you? LinkedIn is a platform where people connect with each other. Why would I mind connecting with you? Do not be the confused one. The third one is the compassionate one, where the person would just ask, hi Madhav, how are you? And then they would stop. They would actually wait for the reply. This might actually work in the real life conversations. You can just go to someone, a complete stranger, and ask, hey, how are you? What's your name? But this is not real life, this is digital life. So if you just ask a stranger, how are you? It will waste his time, because it's completely clear that you are a complete stranger and you don't actually care about how he is. Do you actually care? Do you, if he just comes out and say that, oh, I'm not good, I'm diagnosed with some viral fever and viral infection, you will start thinking, oh, I just asked him and he started telling me that. It will not look good. So if you don't actually require it, do not ask for it, because yeah, you are not as compassionate. Then why are you asking? Then the unprofessional dev finder, who will send 5 to 10 messages just for a simple thing. So this Jimmy here, he wanted to search for a developer. Instead of just sending that, hey Madhav, I'm looking for a software developer, I think you would be a good match for our startup, would you be interested to join? That could have been just one message. Instead of just one message, he sent five messages. Hi Madhav. In the next message, how are you? In the next message, I came across your profile. You would be a good match, and so on. Just imagine if by chance my notifications are on, which they never are, but by chance if they are on, and I would get my phone ringing or vibrating five times just for this thing that I'm not even interested in. I would directly block this number, and anyone would, because that becomes annoying. So don't be like this. Don't send multiple messages. Keep it at max two or three, or just one. One is the perfect number. Then the wrong namer on LinkedIn. My name is clearly written above, and still you are taking it wrong. Then the Facebook user who would use this HMDHV, which is Hi Madhav HWRU. How are you? It's not Facebook, it's LinkedIn. Then the never give up one. Hi Madhav, how are you? Then it would he would wait for one day and say, hey, he is not coming to the point. Why have you reached out? So the whole thing is that you should come directly to the point. But instead of coming to the point, the next day he follows up with the hey. And then the next day he says, how are you? And the next day he says, after 2 days, he says, how are you there? After 5 days, he says, hey. But even after 10 messages, he would not come to the point. Then there is the most annoying angry young man. He would do follow up. He would not come to the point, and after some days, he would get offended that you think you're so arrogant. Do you know who I am, and so on. Don't be like that. And then the last category, which is the most annoying and the most bad, which is the worst kind of creepy Jimmy. Do not be creepy Jimmy. It's it's okay if you are one of these, but it's never okay if you are the creepy Jimmy. Do not be like this. So I think this rarely happen with one gender, and this mostly happens with one gender. I'm not being gender biased here, but yes, you already know that this is how it happens. So this person would directly say, "Hey, beautiful, give me your number." We all know about people like this. You should not be like them because it's not ethical, first of all, and it's not good. And after that, I'm going to share some real examples which I've taken from internet. Some real examples. These are the real chats. So he would reach out in just to wish happy birthday. So this happy birthday was just a way of reaching to the inbox. And once she replied, he told that you are welcome. Can I talk to you if you have a time? You don't like talk with me, and then the rose flower. It's not good. You already know. Do not be the creepy Jimmy. Yeah, that's all I can say. Then another example is thank in all of these examples you would see one thing as common, that they generally use these opportunities like happy birthday or congratulations on the new job as an opportunity to reach to the DMs, and once you reply to them they will show what they really want. So again, of course this is something again which mostly happens a lot of times with girls. So if any girl is watching this video or this session, beware of these people who just send happy birthday, and yeah, you might want to stop following up after that. But yeah, would you want to get some time together or something? He directly told, Mary, thanks. And all of these are real screenshots. So Mary, thanks so much for adding me. I hope you have an amazing evening. This is good. The first message is very, very good. But after that, he actually told what he is looking for. I'm hoping to carve out some time for a much deserved evening out tonight to enjoy a couple of adult beverages. I don't even know what an adult beverage is, but he's clearly asking her for a date, and which you should not do because LinkedIn is not a dating platform. Then one more example. How are you? Thanks for connecting. She said, thank you. Do you mind if I email you? What about? Well, to be honest, I was procrastinating and came across your profile, and your pic caught my eye. Hope that's not too weird of me to say. So, yeah, that was weird.
Yeah,
And then
one thing I don't get, like people spend so much of creativity thinking this kind of content for messages, but when it comes for creating original content, where does the creativity go? I didn't get.
exactly. That was a very good point. So they would be very, very creative on the inbox, but when creating content, either they would copy and paste or they would not create something creative. So yeah, that's a good point. So this is one last example. I see your comment. You are pretty, and make man forget job and want you. Sorry for annoying. So yeah, this is taken from Creeped-In. So do not be creepy, Jimmy. Be a gentleman, Jimmy. And one question that can save you from all the embarrassment is, how would you feel if you get the same message on LinkedIn? Just ask yourself before sending any message, how would you feel if you get the same message? And if the answer is, I would not feel good, then you should not send that message. So, four quick tips to remember while reaching out. So, always, whenever you are reaching out to someone for the first time, always make sure to think of it as an elevator pitch. If you don't know, an elevator pitch is basically a small introduction or a pitch about your product or about yourself that you can make by imagining a scenario where, let's say, you are with an investor in an elevator, and the elevator is going to the 11th floor. You just have around 30 or 32 seconds to pitch your product, and in those 32 seconds, if he like the product, he can invest in your product. So all the time, whenever you're reaching out, just make sure you are thinking of it as an elevator pitch. First of all, remember these 4 points. Start by introducing yourself, tell a summary of what you do, directly mention your purpose, and end with a gratitude. Let me show an example. So here's an example. Instead of saying, hi, how are you? Then, hey, hello, don't reply, I don't need your help, block me. Instead of doing this drama, just put one message directly where you're starting by introducing yourself and telling the summary of what you do. Hi, I am Jimmy. It is so nice to connect with you. I'm a graphic designer at ABC Private Limited, and I am passionate about building creative, beautiful, and intuitive designs for a variety of marketing collateral for our top tier clients. This was about him and what he does. Then he directly came to the purpose. I am looking for experiences to learn more about career paths and ways to grow into the role of an art director in the next few days. Your work with XYZ brand has inspired the ways that I think about design, and I would love to talk more about a potential mentorship with you if that's something you have time for. He directly came to the purpose, and then he ended with a gratitude and thanks for your time. That's it. And no person would get creeped out. Everyone would, if he has time, he would definitely reply back. If he does not, he might not. But if he does not and he does not have time, you can always reach out to more people, because there's no limit to talent, right? Everyone is talented on LinkedIn. Perfect. So just last thing, that you should document your journey. So two things here. First thing, storytelling. Whenever you're writing a story, tell about your story, your brand story. So this is about your brand story, which you should write in the about section, the about section of LinkedIn that I showed you in the starting. Tell about you, where you are now and where you were before. Share about the difficult times, aim to inspire, and conclude with a aha moment. So this is a short three-step process of writing a good summary. So whenever you write about where you are now versus where you were before, this can inspire people. Then if you conclude with how you actually got out of that situation, it can help people by letting them know on how can they get out of the situation as well. So yeah, this page is for you. Write your story today. I'm rushing into the content a little bit because it's already 5:23 and this session was till 5:30. So these are some example of documenting your journey. You can just write, you can put a screenshot of what of your notes, you can put a code snippet, you can do a lot of things. You can be as creative as you want. Just make sure that you are creative and make sure you are documenting your journey instead of waiting for finding that moment on of your achievement and then posting it. Document your journey completely instead of waiting for that next job to post that, hey, I'm super excited to tell you that I got placed in this company. Instead of doing that, just document your journey from day one, and people will start noticing you and recruiters will start uh, noticing you. Then what should be your frequency and timing? It is different for everyone. It depends on who your target audience is. But in general, if your target audience is recruiters, the best time is probably somewhere between 9 to 11 in the morning or 5 to 7 in the evening. And frequency, it depends on you. It can be once a day, it can be twice a day, it can be once in 2 days, it can be once in 3 days, it can be once a week, or it can be once in 2 weeks. But make sure you are not going beyond once in 2 weeks, because After that, people start forgetting you, and the LinkedIn algorithm also starts working on your disadvantage. So just make sure your frequency goes max, not less than once in 2 weeks. Then let's end this with a challenge. So the challenge for today is write a LinkedIn post on whatever you learned right now from this session on LinkedIn, and don't forget to mention me. I'll be waiting for your post. This will let me know who all are actually active learners who all learned from this session actively. So write a post on LinkedIn on what you learned today. And second thing is write your own brand story and update your LinkedIn profile. Update your make it an all-star profile. And the third thing is post at least 5 times a month. If you want to connect with me, you can connect on these um, social platforms. And I'm building a networking space for students and professionals. If you're interested to join my Discord group, you can go to this link, theleanprogrammer.com/discord, theleanprogrammer.com/discord/. I have a Discord community. I'm still forming a community of professionals and students. So if you're interested, I would love to have you there. Thank you. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the session.
So yeah, we thank you for your time. Like they can just like the today's task you give, they can just share the video link also. Like they can
Yeah,
just say,
definitely.
"I attended this session," and they can mention you directly thereon. So it was like completely a great session for, especially for me also. Like I have been on LinkedIn from past 2 years, and I got to learn a lot of more things which I was not knowing at before. So it was like completely a great session for me, and we thank you for the time. And I hope we can have some great session again in future at Script Foundation, where we are here to inspire the lot of developers and student communities there out. So I
Definitely,
guess
definitely.
we should then end this live stream, and people will be like, where we have one last question: how can we ensure we are on a right path on a LinkedIn?
After 1 month or 1.5 months, first of all, you should start noticing the difference, that you should get at least one in mail with from some recruiter. It can be some startup, or it can be anything. But yeah, you'll start noticing that people will start reaching out to you. Second thing is you will start having an active uh, network. You will start knowing a lot of folks. You start gaining a lot of new friends and so on. And yeah, that should be some good indications that you are on the right path. And another thing that you can do is ask from people, ask from mentors, ask from people that is your profile looking good and so on, and is your post looking good and so on. Ask, form a mentor, try to form a by a mentor, I do not mean someone who is going to teach you, but someone who is going to give you feedbacks. So these are the three things that you can do.
Okay, Vyas. So I guess now it's already being very late. We took a lot of time of yours, like 1.5 hour, and thank you very much again for giving a time from your busy schedule. Like we know how busy are you with the stuffs there on teaching the student, interacting with various communities, then the work at the Microsoft. So it's like a bit difficult for you to manage. Then we are thank you for the time which you gave, and I think we can have some great session on personal branding again in a SOC YouTube channel. So thank you everyone, and we are now ending this live stream.
Yeah,
I hope you enjoyed the session.
just
Yeah,
before
we're
we
like,
end this, so I just saw the message on the Menti, that profile review. So I'm really sorry that I could not take the profile review because it's already 5:30. But probably you can reach out to me if you want. I can share yours. I can go through your specific profile if time permits. But yeah, I'm really sorry for that, but because we are at the time limit. Yeah,
we can plan something in coming days, like after a week or two, if you get time, we can just come up for a short session where we can just discuss on profile and all something. So
definitely,
thank you
definitely.
everyone. Thank you for attending this session, and I hope you enjoyed it and have a good day. Hope to see you in the next session.
Thanks everyone.